My colleagues, the purpose of today's business meeting is to authorize the issue of a subpoena to OMB for documents relating to the DOE loan guarantee to Solyndra Incorporated. This is the first time this committee has considered a resolution authorizing a subpoena in this Congress. On March 14, 2011, this committee requested documents from OMB relating to Solyndra's loan guarantee. Specifically, the committee asked OMB to produce all documents in its possession relating to Solyndra, such as internal reports or analyses, and all communications relating to the deal. 3 months passed. Committee staff worked extensively with OMB staff to obtain production of the documents and to offer accommodation, such as in-camera reviews, but we still could not get production of the documents. The internal communications and documents we requested were not produced. Realizing we were getting nowhere with OMB, this subcommittee scheduled a hearing for June 24th, invited the OMB Deputy Director Zentz to testify so that we could get some information about OMB's role in the DOE loan guarantee process. He did not show. At that time, we talked with Ranking Member DeGette and Mr. Waxman about the problems we were having obtaining documents from OMB. Ranking Members DeGette and Mr. Waxman asked us to identify categories of documents for OMB to produce and offered to contact OMB to see if they would agree to produce these documents that we needed. We took them up on their offer and listed 4 specific categories of documents for OMB to produce. In response, OMB offered to allow staff to review but not take possession of only one of the 4 categories: OMB's emails with DOE about the Solyndra guarantee. That viewing took place took place this week. But even that production did not include all the responsive documents in that one category, as OMB stated it was still gathering its communications with DOE from 2010 and 2011 when DOE modified the terms of the Solyndra deal. The most important information in the documents, the risk ratings assigned to the Solyndra guarantee, were redacted. Committee asked OMB staff again about the other categories of documents the committee had requested and whether OMB would produce them. As it was done repeatedly over the last 4 months, OMB refused to respond. I can only conclude that after 4 months and extensive efforts to obtain these documents, that OMB does not intend to produce them voluntarily. This committee has established its need for this information. The DOE loan guarantee program is within this committee's jurisdiction. The program has issued $11 billion in financing. The first recipient of a loan guarantee, Solyndra, experienced financial setbacks which caused DOE to modify the loan. It also raised a question about whether DOE and OMB were doing a thorough job of vetting these deals and mitigating the risk to the taxpayers. Furthermore, the committee had not conducted any oversight of this program in the previous Congress. So, my colleagues, it's time to take a look and see if this program is working. I understand my colleague, Ranking Member Waxman, has called this subpoena an abuse of the subpoena authority, end quote, and claims that OMB has been working in good faith with the committee. I respectfully disagree. Voting to authorize this subpoena is a necessary step in carrying out this committee's constitutional obligations. We simply cannot allow executive branch agencies to pick and choose what they will produce or whether they will produce it at all. We are the stewards of the taxpayers' money, and we need to ensure that the billions of dollars appropriated for the DOE loan guarantee program are properly invested. Before I close, I'd like to seek unanimous consent to enter into the record a letter from Solyndra sent to me and Ranking Member DeGette yesterday. Without objection, so order. This letter outlines Solyndra's current revenue and sales. I'm happy to put this in the record. We have no desire to cast aspersions on an American company that is trying to create jobs in this very difficult economy. But we do need to find out what OMB did with regard to Solyndra's loan guarantee. If OMB has nothing to hide, they should have turned the documents over 4 months ago, and perhaps we would have been done with this investigation by now. Hopefully, if OMB turns over the documents this committee is seeking, there will come a point in time when the committee can have a full examination of the facts on the record about the job OMB and DOE did to assess the financial conditions of this company, and whether they took the appropriate steps to assess and mitigate the risks presented by this guarantee. I now recognize my good friend from Colorado, the ranking member, Ms. DeGette, for her opening statement.